says lighting has to be so expensive? I mean, there's a lot of pricey options out there, but with the kit that I have here, I think you'll be able to accomplish about 90% of all the things you need to do as a one-man band filmmaker. So let's get into it. But before we get into this video, there's something that I want you to know. Amarin did send me some of these lights, but the reality is that these lights are lights that I would have already owned, regardless of if Amarin sent them to me or not. I would have bought them myself. But by no means is this video sponsored or has anyone asked me to make this video. I just genuinely feel that this is a really solid lighting kit for one-man band filmmakers, and that's why we're here. But all that aside, let's get into the actual kit. My favorite part of it is that I'm able to bring 4 out of the 5 lights all in one case. So in this case, I've got 2 60Xs, one 200D, and one 200X. Now, yes, it does need padding, but they all fit in here really nicely. And honestly, it makes it so easy where no matter what, I can just bring this case with me and I have 4 solid lights that I can work with. On top of all that, I also use an Amarin T2C as kind of like an accent light where I can move it around to shoot B-roll in a location and just give a little pop of light on my subject. Supporting all these lights, I've got 4 C-stands and 1 baby rolling combo. And when it comes to lighting modifiers, I've got your generic softboxes, but I also have this parabolic umbrella, which is my favorite lighting modifier I've ever used. Now, each of these lights serves a very specific purpose. When it comes to a key light, you can use a 200D or a 200X. I don't think you need both of them, but it is helpful to have a 200X so that you can swing either way on the Kelvin scale. And the 200 watt lights are basically the same output as the 300 watt lights that Aperture makes, so I don't find myself needing a ton of more output unless I'm, trying to fight with the sun. Next, we've got these 2 specialty lights, which are the 60Xs, and I love these little things because they're like tiny little boxes of light that are super easy to use. You can use them as a kicker on your subject. You can splash light onto furniture or just the background of your scene, make it look like sunlight. When it comes to output, they're 60 watt lights, so it's nothing to write home about, but I think that they're good enough in the use case that I use them for. Anyways, lastly, I like to use the Amarin T2C as kind of a little mobile key light. It's really common for me to actually put the T2C on the little rolling combo stand and roll it around as just a little accent light. But I gotta say, probably my favorite part of this entire kit is actually being able to control everything through the Sidus Link app. Now, again, this is not an ad. I just genuinely love using an app to control all my lights. If I'm a one-man band filmmaker, then it's like absolutely necessary linking every light up to the app so I can just stand behind the camera and decide all the levels that I want, all the color temperatures of the lights, and it just makes everything so much easier. But I've even used the Sidus Link app on bigger sets where we basically needed to cycle through different looks for different songs on a live recording. And so we were able to customize all those looks, and then as we switch between songs, just hit one button and all the lights change to a different look. I also have this boom arm, which is probably the most clutch piece of grip gear that I have, or one of the most clutch pieces of grip gear that I have. I can use it for an audio boom pole, obviously attached to a stand. I can use it for a top-down rig for my camera, but then I can also use it to boom a light out over a subject. So it's a really versatile tool to have and definitely worth the money. Then, as I've already said, I have this little baby rolling combo, and my favorite thing to do with this is actually put my big key light on it and roll my key light around so I can just dial in the position of my key light super easy. And speaking of key light, my main modifier that I use for my key light is this 5-foot parabolic umbrella. Now, I actually got this idea from Spencer Sakurai. Shout out Spencer, thank you for this idea. This is like a 5-foot mobile book light. So it creates a really soft, pleasing look. It's all about removing the friction to create. And that's kind of the heart behind this kit. Last but not least, I want to get into what I think this kit is capable of and what I think it's not capable of. First of all, I think this kit is great for anyone who is a one-man band filmmaker. If you're shooting interviews or simple commercials, you can do a lot with a little kit like this. Honestly, what it can't do is a lot of RGB stuff. There's only one RGB light in this kit, and that's on purpose. I just don't find myself using RGB a lot, says the guy with literally blue in the background. But you get the point. I also don't think that this kit is something that you could bring on a professional, very high-end shoot. Now, I will say that you can pretty much modify this kit however you want. If you find yourself needing to do more RGB work, then you very easily could substitute some of the 60Xs for some 60Cs, the panel lights. But at the end of the day, I think whatever modification you need to do to this kit is really up to you. My hope, though, is that this kit is something that you're very easily able to get started with and start making better films with better lighting. So I hope you found this video helpful. Please let me know in the comments if you have any questions about the kit or if there's anything I can do to help you. But until next time, let's get out there and make better films.